Hello, ladies and gentlemen, business owners, my fellow citizens. This is going to be very quick. My name is Daryl Guberman. I'm the CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. We have been in business for 13 years and we have over 40 plus years in quality, manufacturing, aerospace, medical, implants, materials, printing, and plastic distribution, where we dealt with every known industry. I wanted to show you this real quick before we continue, because I think it's very important to show you this, that we have, and let me get this, we have a very bad issue. This video, by the way, today is criminal probe into Boeing Widens, but QA expert Daryl Guberman explains. You have the DOJ looking into Boeing, you have the FBI that looks into Boeing, but there is a sad state of affairs here when you take a look at Boeing, because I'm going to show this to you. You have the American National Standards Institute, which is a private, not-for-profit, non-governmental corporation that has both federal agencies and corporations on board. You have the American National Accrediting Board, which in 2018, ANSI took over complete control over ANAB. Okay, and you have organizations like Boeing that sit over by the accreditation body that they demand. They demand this on their supplier bulletin of 2002 that said, take your quality certificate, that is AS9100, send it in with your parts, and we don't have to do on-site audits. That's for 22 years. On their supplier portal, it calls out ANSI, ANAB, or international equivalent. That's another. And then you have the factor that ANSI, ANAB, that Boeing sits on the board that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification of registration companies. And they also sit on the board of directors that directs the company. So that is like a complete constriction of quality. And this is why failure is occurring, is because of those 22 years of supplier neglect. Give us your certificate, and then we don't have to come visit you. Just give us your quality certificate. Is it quality? No. Do you have confidence in the integrity of quality? Once you have Boeing sitting on their accrediting body, this certificate is worthless. So let's continue. You have Boeing sitting on board. You have the FAA. Now, the FAA made Boeing a regulator in 2009. A regulator. You cannot make this up. In fact, this is the actual article. I'm not going to go into it in detail. You'll find all the information down below this video in the description. You have the FBI that's investigating Boeing and criminality. You have the U.S. Department of Transportation also. You have this over here. You've got the FTC. And then, this is funny, you've got the Department of Justice. They're all sitting together. No resolution. No quality in the integrity of the legal system. As a lawyer said to me several years ago, and I have an email on it, he said, Daryl, both state and federal courts are no more than blue smoke and mirrors. What does that mean? It's a charade. So I'm going to leave it here. Ladies and gentlemen who are taking Alaska Air to task, their attorneys, also Boeing, you must also take ANSI, ANAB to task, because they are underwriters. They're underwriters for the International Accreditation Form incorporated in Delaware. And I will show you. Here's one of the many government contracts we have, 2018. And by the way, the IAF at that time was controlled by a communist Chinese national, Zhao Jinwu, who's been involved with our quality since 1994. And he is mandated to take our data through the China National Intelligence Law, Article number 7. And this is the actual requirements on there. It's a long contract, but I cut out the good stuff. This is the beginning of it. And it says right here, ANSI, ANAB are underwriters for the International Accreditation Form. So basically, this is a State Department standard operating work order. They're basically demanding that you get China to walk the halls of the State Department. You can't help that. This is it. That's the way it is. So I will say this emphatically, that, ladies and gentlemen, in order for you to get a good outcome, you maintain your attorney. If you want a great outcome, get a hold of Daryl Guberman. 203-556-1493. And we guarantee the outcome will be more than you expect. Again, 203-556-1493 or Daryl, D-A-R-Y-L, T-Q-R-S at yahoo.com. And remember this again from Confucius. It is not the droplet of water that wears away the mighty stone, but it is its persistence. And one of my favorite from Dwight D. Eisenhower, he said, "It is not the size of the dog in the fight that counts. It's the size of the fight in the dog." And I thank you.